Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
Beautiful. Thank you, Pags. But at the same, I found such beautiful moments, beautiful friendships. But then at the same time, it's also been the most draining social media I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Like in my whole big years, old age of having and being on social media, even being a teenager, you know how stressful it used to be, like with your friends and stuff like that. And it was also serious, more stressful than anything. Thank you, Dave, for the treasure boxes. I think this is probably the most toxic app I've ever come across.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's half and half. It's split. Like, I'm so, like, appreciative and loving of my community that we've built together. But then the other side of it is I hate how triggered people can get and how easy people just say the craziest things on this app.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
So how would you describe the content you put out to, like, maybe new viewers?
I would say loudmouth with a big heart. I would say that I'm probably the most inconsistent with my content, but I do have content. There's lots of different forms and varieties of me.
Yeah.
I just want to make people happy, and I want to use anything that I've gone through, my pain, to let other people know that they're not on their own. You're not stupid, you're not silly for having overwhelming or overbearing feelings. So whether it's book club or my poetry or conversations or debates, I would say all of my content is honest.
Yeah.
I would like to think that anyway.
So the next topic that I want to just touching is racism, because I've always seen your discussions on it.
Yeah.
And when people always say, "Oh, she sounds aggressive," I'd use the word more passionate. Do you know what I mean? To try and get 100%. Your thing across rather than aggressive.
100%.
So my first question on that is, what first motivated you to start educating people about racism?
I'll be honest, and I always love telling this story because when I say my uni experience really did change my life. So I went uni later, like I didn't do the school, 17, 18, leave school, go college, go uni. I had a baby at 17. Yeah. So I kind of skipped that part. And then it was when he was getting a little bit older. Obviously, I always knew there's racism. Obviously, I've always wanted to fight against it. Uni sort of, I think, gave me the skills to actually not only see what's really going on, but the skills to be able to combat it in a way that's not always going to hurt me. And when my son was getting older, his first experience with racism, I think he was in reception of year 1. Wow. And I just saw his little sad face and I was like, oh, it's almost like you can take shit on yourself, but as soon as it's seeing it affecting your children, I was like, no, I can't. Like, I will talk to anyone that wants to hear or be educated on racism, because I'm not going to have my son or other people's sons or daughters feeling that type of way. So I would say when I went to uni mixed with having my son, thank you, Dave, thank you, everyone. I would say, yeah, so the emotion was my son, but the actual skill set and knowing how to articulate my mouth and my words, that was definitely from university. I did criminology. So the things that I was studying and researching, it was literally highlighted. Like one of the modules was like racial institutions. And I was sat there in an institution that they're saying themselves are racist, but nothing's actually getting done about it. And I was like, this is blowing my mind. Like, I don't get how it's in front of our faces. So we've all been sort of like assimilated at some point into the racist society. We don't even realise it ourselves.
Yeah.
So all of these things mixed together, I was like, no, I will talk to anyone that wants to hear it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you feel that you get through to people?
Yeah, I think I'd be crazy to think that I could get through to everyone. And I think you have to be entitled to expect to get through to anyone. I always take it as a win if I do. So if I go into a room with like 1,000 people but only 2 people listen, that's a win to me, because that's 2 more people that didn't have the discussion beforehand. That's 2 more people that might go into their everyday lives and put into practice or just have the discussions with other people, which is then like spreading the ripple effect of, you know, the conversation. And I think everybody should have these like in-depth conversations, because everybody is around people of colour these days in the UK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's even rare that along the line in somewhere there's not someone mixed in your family, or families are coming together, and do you know what I mean? Different like nationalities and ethnicities are coming together and creating families. And I think we are such a mixed and diverse culture in England, everybody should be having this conversation, even if it doesn't directly affect them.
Yeah.
That's in the world of like, you know, amazingness. And I know it's not that simple and like rational. But I think from the messages I've had on the app since I've been talking about this specifically, and the people that have reached out to me, that's a win. It may not be a whole big group or cult of people, but I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be loved or liked, or admired and adored. I'm here to just have an open conversation. That's why I think out of a lot of the creators, I don't have a massive, huge platform, but I have just as much of a voice on this app without having a huge platform, because I don't have the time almost to sit there, or I won't create an echo chamber. Not everyone is like, you know, you just send me a uni, say what you want and take the piss out of me type thing. Like, I still value my morals over like money and stuff like that, and being loved and adored. So the fact that people are combating me so much on this app, and there's so many people telling me to shut up, I think that is me reaching through to people, because if I wasn't saying something right, or if I wasn't being heard, you wouldn't want me to shut up.
Yeah. So what do you see as the biggest challenge in educating people about racism today on social media?
I would say ignorance has always been there, and they say ignorance is bliss. I get it. I think when the bigger creators are endorsing and encouraging that ignorance, because a lot of people on this app are sheep, so they go by what the person they're watching goes by.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Veritas. Thank you, AJ and Kobe. So when one creator makes a certain joke, and in their defensiveness, or they make a joke, or they make like heart of it, or they're like, it's not that bad, even though they're not directly a part of the demographic offended, that's a massive challenge, because it's literally trying to like lead the blind, do you know what I mean, to the sun, when they don't want to get there, they don't want to see it, and you can't, because they're refusing to. And it's like, the person that you're being challenged by, they probably don't even believe these views, they're just being controversial, but then you've got 1,000 people watching and listening that take that like rhetoric on and turn it into really negative, outlandish and just offensive ignorance towards the topic you're talking about. There is such a lack of sensitivity on this app, and I think everyone is so desensitized that when someone wants to take it personally or serious upon themselves, people are telling individuals they can't. And it's like, you can only do what you can do for yourself. But even on this app, like, I'm being told as a black woman, stop speaking about colour, you can't talk about racism, you're not validated, but that's what I choose to do. The desensitivity and entitlement to assume that we can all tell each other what to do and all of these things, like, that is a massive challenge. Mix of ignorance and defensiveness is flipping hard.
Yeah. So the next one is, can you explain how it feels when you hear racial slurs from other creators?
Do you know what it is? Like, it's a massive disappointment, and it's just that's how I feel, like a big sigh, because I feel like it's so like anti-productive and it's anti-progressive. Like, people want us to stop talking about racism, but then you're sitting there saying the slurs we're moaning about. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, exactly like what Yara says, but to have conversation, you need to be uncomfortable. You need to get out of your comfortability, take away your privilege. Do you know what I mean? And have these serious conversations. And like I said, it's so desensitized. People are just running around screaming the N-word. Like, it's not words that people of colour have been brought up being screamed at, being scared of, being chased down the streets, having rocks thrown at them, like being pushed around in playgrounds, being called that word. And everyone's like, oh, I can say it because it's in a song. No, that's not the whole connotations at all. Regardless of it being said in a song or not, you're directly saying it to me, and I'm upset and it hurts. But then no one cares about that hurt because, oh, it's said in a song, but you're directly offending me. No one wants to sit there and hear any kind of slur said against them. Thank you, Gossip Girl. I just think when it comes to racism, for some reason, people just don't have that same sensitivity. And I will to this day, I'll never get why, because no one woke up. I would choose being brown every single day, by the way. I love my skin. But I'm saying you can't physically help it. Like, you can't wake up and pick your race or pick your start in life or pick where you're going to be put in class-wise. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you come from a middle working family or not, you can't pick these things. So for you to just not listen to my voice, downput me, downplay me, and then like call me the offensive word, or I'm hearing it from other creators, that's like really unsettling for me. And I just think it's giving Black Mirror vibes. And then they'll say it, and then they'll say, all we do is talk about race, but because you're saying slurs. Yeah. So it's kind of like being baited out into a trap that you can't really get out of, because you're going to be offended on one side If you speak on it, you're doing too much. If you don't talk on it, now you can't stand for nothing.
Yeah.
But when people of colour hear it on the app, even though, yeah, it is desensitized, don't ever get it twisted, like, because we can handle it in certain ways, people will handle it differently. There's creators that have to come off. Do you know what I mean? Come off the app. Hello, baby, 1 minute. Hold on, guys. Is your dad yeah, there's creators that won't be able to handle it, creators that can a little bit more, but no one should have to, you know?
So do you feel pressured to calling people out?
I did a year ago, yeah. Not now.
Yeah.
Now I'm so... Dame, I love you so much. I get so much like pressure to speak about certain things, and I did back then, but when I did do it, and I was trying to help people, and I was trying to educate, and I was calm, and I wasn't being rude, I just got heavily slated and taken the piss out of and told to shut up and put down. Do you know what I mean? On a constant basis.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janine. So back then, like I'd say 6 to 8 months ago, yeah. Obviously, I put myself in these situations. That's why I don't complain. People think I complain, but I don't. But I don't feel the pressure now because I've figured out my place on this toxic app. So I will educate where I want to educate. And by educate, I mean I just talk. And if someone wants to take it in, they take it in. If they don't have to. I'm not forcing it on anyone. And no one can force me to talk on anything anymore. Thank you so much, everyone. That's my thing. No one can tell me where to go. I'm not invalidated no matter where I sit for an hour a fucking day. Do you know what I mean? Or it doesn't invalidate my experiences as a woman of colour. It doesn't invalidate my words. And it doesn't take away what I've gone through. So now I don't feel as much pressure. But yeah, a year ago, I would be doing lives till like 6:30 in the morning, just letting everyone come and trauma dump all their experiences onto me. And it was like an open room, 100%. I want to hear it all, but the effects it actually had on me as an empath was insane. And I was just not having a good time in real life, but someone would ring me or message me and I have to now come and talk about some form of racism. Do you know what I mean? And defend someone else. I'd love to do it every day, but it takes a lot out of you to have these kind of discussions, especially when it's one of the main topics you get consistently gaslit and shut down in.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy when I'm just heard and people take it in. Like, I'm fighting for my life, like, in comments, in boxes, trying to, like, make people see I'm not being, like, racist towards white people, or I'm not trying to, like, shove it in anyone's faces. I just think the conversation's important. So, yeah, the pressure was there, but I don't feel it as much no more because I just don't give a shit, Carla. I'll be honest. Like, not with certain people's morals, I've seen how theirs got dropped and then people are going to try and tell me where to go, so I just say no.
Yeah. Do you think the app does enough to, like, protect people from the racism kind of thing?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Like, I've had, like, accounts made with my son's picture on it. Like, he'd been on the screen quickly once, for instance, he had a heart on his head, and they'd made a picture of my youngest son, my 6-year-old, and calling him the N-word, calling him a monkey, and, like, doing all of this. And I was managed by TikTok at this stage, and they barely replied. They didn't want to take it down. That it took ages. I don't think they took it down. I think all my people just reported it. Little things like that you can't even take down. Your creators that are on here, keeping the app going, making the app money, keeping the app alive, keeping and providing entertainment, you can't even protect them in their own spaces.
Yeah.
Let alone blocking out comments. I'm getting comments like violations on, I'll call someone a little silly shit as a joke, my friends, and that will get taken down. But N-was just rifling through.
Yeah, definitely. So you had a bit of a back and forth with Pearl. How do you get on now? How's the situation there?
We don't get on in any form in any way. We never will, because I just don't like her, she don't like me. And that's another one. Everyone's like, oh, you get onto Pearl, leave Pearl alone. I don't get onto Pearl every day just because she's racist. I just think she's a twat and we don't get along. So you're never going to force me, let alone someone that said something racist, then made black burgers, done all the rest of it, really just laughed and made a joke out of it, and then try and make me be friends with her when she's talking about my vagina every day. Like, I think that's crazy. People are trying to put me in a box again. People are trying to police me and tell me who I can and can't like. If other people don't like Pearl, that's not my problem, but I do not have to like that woman. I do not have to interact with her, and I don't. You do not see me and Pearl in boxes together, like probably once or twice this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Minjin saying it's crazy. So with her, we're never gonna. We agreed to settle it, and then it all obviously kicked off again.
Yeah.
But I don't really care. So when they've spoken about me all yesterday, they spoke about me today. I'm not one of these people that runs to my own segment. And when people are talking about me, I don't fire up a live straight away of emotion and ration and like not being rational and then start screaming. Obviously, I've done it before in the past, but the majority of the time, if they're talking about me, like, I would just get on with my day. I just ordered 2 burgers and went to sleep and chilled out. Do you know what I mean? Like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, I just don't care enough. But I'm also not going to back down when she's talking shit in a box to me or people are coming for me in the moment. But I just don't need to continue it on if they want to. They've got free will. They can do it till the day they, do you know what I mean, pop their clogs. I can't stop them. But same way you can't stop me clapping back.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to like personal side. So like I said, if you don't want to answer any, just say.
Yeah.
So what's something about you that people online don't usually see?
I'd say my real loving soft side. I'm a jokey girl a lot. Like, I joke around, even through my pain, through my trauma, but I'm actually really sensitive. I'm a very needy friend. Like, I just love love and I want to be loved. And I feel like because people judge you so much on this app, I can't ever show my actual soft side. I am Dame, like, really, no, but really badly. Like, I cry to my friends. I want cuddles all the time. I message Elisa at 3 a.m, like, where are you? Tell me where you are, just because I need to know. I need to have communication with you. Dame, what are you doing right now? Who the hell are you with? Like, that's what I'm like. I love my friends so much. Like, my friends are my soulmates. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm the same off the app, but I just feel like no one actually gets to see my soft love inside. Like, this is probably why people think, how could you get cheated on with your loud mouth, or you can never go through this, or you can never go through that because you're so loud. But that's not what I'm like in real life. And definitely singing my team of collection, this is crazy. But my friends are my saviours. My friends are my heroes, and I don't think anyone sees how much I actually just love and adore my friends and how much they do for me. And I feel like I never get to show it as much because we're not even on here for that long amount of time. Do you know what I mean? We just stream for a few hours. We go and have a little troll. People think we're like the mean girls and people think we're bitches and we're nasty. But when we all come together, like, we laugh so much. We laugh, we cry together, we laugh together. When I got attacked in Milton Keynes by that man that time, like, it was Dave and Alicia that I was like calling into their hotel rooms and was all cuddling and crying together. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, everyone had my back, and Days and everyone else and all of my people around me made me feel safe. And I never get to just, I think, show, like, they see my soft side and my sensitivity, but no one really on here does. Everyone thinks I'm quite harsh and loud, but I'm not really like that all the time. I'm quite just giggly and cutesy. I'm just a girl, Clara. I'm just a girl.
No, that's fair.
I did sleep in your bed, Dave.
So what's been the hardest chapter of your life so far, and how did you push through it?
Oh, do you know what? Not to get over deep, I still like to. Probably my last relationship and what I went through in it, and suffering 2 ectopic pregnancies. That's probably the hardest thing. In the space of a year, I was going through like a really volatile up and down relationship, lost 2 babies, had to have a life-saving operation, nearly died, had internal bleeding, and lost my granny all in 1 year. Yeah. And I'd never experienced loss at all before that, Carola. Not one bit. So I was living like, I'm living good life, not really lost anyone, had pain, but not felt lost. And then all in the space of that 1 year, it was like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And that, like, I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be nasty to everyone. I had no empathy. I thought, well, if that can happen to me, and I'm going to get emotional, guys.
It's all right.
Sorry, guys, hold on. I'm just a girl, I told you. During my hardest time, I will never forget who gave me a harder time. I'll never forget that, ever. And that's why certain people, like on this app, or certain people that were trolling me at that time, if I ever see you getting decked out 10 times, like, I don't care, because I will never let that go. I will never let that go, ever. Like, I will see people I can't stand, and if I see them going through something, like, my heart can't, it will hurt for them. So the people that gave me a hard time, and then my situation or my relationship at the time, like, I'll just never forget that. But I'll never forget that the people were there for me. Yeah. This is why it was the hardest time of my life, but this is why I love my friends, because people like Alicia and Damon, everyone. See, Alicia was going through one of the hardest things that anyone could go through in life, and she was still being there for me while I was going through mine. Like, I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for my people. I'm being so honest and deadly serious. Even though I've got 2 kids, I was so depressed. I thought they're better without me. I just didn't see a point. Like, I just felt like after the losses and everything, and I was in a bad place, I just thought, what is the actual point? Like, life is just too miserable. And I think that getting through that, now I sit here and look back, I'm not healed 100% at all. But when I look back, I think, bloody hell, like, how did I actually make it through that? Like, from being rushed into surgery. And I'm a scaredy cat girl. Don't mind having a tumble and a rumble back in the day, but can't go doctors. I'm scared. I'm terrified. So, like, going into surgery, never having surgery. I've never broke a bone in my body before. Never been in hospital apart from to have my kids.
Yeah.
And then getting rushed into surgery and they're like, oh, you've got internal bleeding. If you go home, you're going to die. But whilst having that, trying to be a mum, like, going through everything I was going through, it was just a lot. I don't know how I did it. And I think as women, we are so much fucking stronger than we ever give ourselves credit for, like, ever. Because it's always in the hardest, toughest times you realise, like, that would have broke a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, like, going through at home what I was going through, it was dark in my house. Like, it was a very dark time. I just wasn't happy in any way. Love you guys. And I just think as women, we really do show up and show out for ourselves and for our kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to give ourselves more credit, me and self included, because I just kind of laugh and joke my way through it. But when I sit back and think what I've actually gone through, I'm like, yeah, that's insane. Like, some people have not made it through that alive. Do you know what I mean? Emotionally, and we do. So, yeah, that was the hardest time, but one of the probably most eye-opening times as well. I know.
Yeah. So what's the lesson you've learned about yourself this year?
To shut my mouth when it needs to be shut, I'll be honest. I'm really trying to do self-awareness and self-progression, and 100% I ever talk because I've got ADHD. That's not the main reason, but I like my opinion out there. If I don't really care about the topic, then do you know what I mean? But when it's something I know is being said and I believe it to be wrong or it's factually wrong, I just always constantly just go for it. But I'm trying to hold myself a bit more accountable and not open my mouth when I don't need to, but also pick my battles and fight my wars. Like, I don't need to be getting involved in stuff that's going to directly affect me and then moan about it or be upset with it. Just leave the situation sometimes. I don't need to have the last word every time. I don't need to argue with everyone every time. Like, sometimes I can just say piss off and I genuinely don't care afterwards. Yeah. So I'd say that's the biggest lesson, like, self-awareness and just learning when to shut my mouth. Thank you, Dave.
So if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, that is a good one. Do you know what? I would probably say, stop being so... I'm going to get to say again. These are those good questions. Stop being so hard on yourself. That you're enough. You're enough and you are validated. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. I'm always putting myself down. I'm always putting myself down and I never believe in myself. And I think if I could speak to my younger self and told her how powerful and amazing she could have been, I feel like I could have done so much more in my life. I would have made so many mistakes. So yeah, just, you can tell I'm hungover, guys. I'm so much today. Just believe in yourself more, and not everything's your fault. Yeah. Sometimes people's reactions, I don't always need closure. I don't always need to know why someone doesn't want to love me or why someone doesn't want to be around me. So it's their problem and their fault. You can never change that. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, closure is not really relevant when it's someone taking the piss out of you and making you hurt. It's not your fault. You can't change that. Boundaries are there for a reason. If I put stuff in place and believed in myself, I wouldn't have been as let down, I don't think, in my adult life.
Yeah, that's... So, what's the most misunderstood thing about you?
There's two. The one that winds me up is that I don't like white people, which is crazy because I'm half white. That just really bugs me because I just don't even know if people are trolling me all day. People genuinely, because so many people say it. Yeah. And I get that I'm pro-black and I do BLM and I do stuff like that, but it doesn't mean that I dislike white people or I dislike myself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I heavily love all sides of me and all sides of my culture. And I think that the fact that people always think that I'm only going, like, for white people in a negative way, that upsets me. Yeah. Dame did FaceTime my mother. That is true. He saw that she's white. That upsets me because it's not that and it's not me. And it's like, it's kind of downplaying who I am and ignoring me. And then I think the other one is that everyone says I shout and I'm loud. I'm very theatrical, right? I'm a very theatrical character. I like to be jokey. I'm quite, do you know what I mean, prominently there in people's faces. But everyone picks on me for it, yeah? And but we'll sit there and listen to other people, Pearl, Corey, whoever, screaming and shouting in boxes, and no one ever calls anyone else loud, even when they are being loud. But when I'm being loud or semi-loud or just a bit excited, it's like, shut up, why are you being so loud for a bitch? Oh, she's so loud and annoying. And I'm like, why me though? Because no one else, you're not giving that energy to anyone else. People are saying the worst, I got hiccups so good, the worst things on this app.
Yeah.
And screaming it. No one even calls them aggressive or loud. I'll come on and be like, hi guys. And like, whoa, you tone that down, sweetheart. That is a bit too loud for us. You're being a bit too black. That's what it feels like for me.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like they're alluding to, because there's a very big difference in the demographic of who they get called loud and who's not. And I'm like, leave me the heck alone. Like, if I'm too much, let me be too much. Why would you try and put me down? You just go and be whatever you want for someone else. Let someone else who I'm enough for be around me then, do you know?
Yeah.
You don't need to consistently bring people down if you don't like them. Like, I don't sit in the lives of the people I can't stand. I think that's crazy. So let alone trying to put me down. Like, just if I'm loud, let me be loud. 100% cockapoo. Yeah, exactly. They think Alicia's quiet. Do you know how loud she is on a night out? Alicia, she is very loud girl. She's a very, very loud girl. And because she sounds so monotone sometimes on the app, people think she's quiet and I'm the loud one. Yeah, you, sweetheart. I've got video proof and evidence, Alicia. Don't make me play it. Yeah.
So, where
Sorry, no battery moving back. She's a loud girl.
Who in your life has been your biggest inspiration?
Who in my life?
Yeah.
My mum.
Ah.
My mum and my granny, God rest her soul, my mum. My mum just went through the trenches, like, got to be with my dad at 16, had a baby at 17, another baby at 21, had her tubes tied, went through years of cheating and manipulation. She worked every day. Every day, I can remember from being a little girl, she got up at 6 a.m, bike to work, like hour bike, through snow, through rain, just to make sure that we had everything we wanted. Even though my dad was there, I lived with my dad till I was 15, but obviously my mum knew in the back of her head that I had reliability of a man, and I feel like she always wanted to have stuff herself. Yeah. So no man could take that away. And that's what she's raised me to like, own my flaws. One thing about me, I have no shame. Everyone knows that. You can't shame me for the things that I've done when you're not even walking in my shoes. Like, you only feel shame when you allow people to put it on top of you, if that makes sense. And she pushed her way through life with having 2 mixed race daughters as well, and I just smashed it. Like, it was her. Like, not even my black dad or anything like that, not putting it down, but it was her that was marching to schools with her white privilege saying, why do you think you can pick on my daughter, my black daughter? Why do you think you can call my black daughter a bitch, but you're not calling the white guy who also had the same fight or the same argument? You're not saying anything to her. Why do you keep calling my daughter loud? She's got a mouth for a reason. Let her be loud. Yeah. Why can't she be loud? Do you know? And it was just her. Like, I don't think I'd be as good of a mum if it wasn't for my mum. She's just like the most inspiring person to me in the world, and she's always remained kind. Like, my mum's not like me. Like, you've all heard my mouth, and I really enjoy it sometimes. Like, some people are, my mum does not, like, she hates me saying the C-U-N-T word. It's one of my favourite words in life. I love that word. I know. Positive terms. Yeah, but she hates it. She's so soft and just cutesy and demure, and I love her, and I'm also probably a bit more like her, but I'm like my dad as well with my loud ass mouth.
So how do you handle negative comments or people doubting you?
Better than I did before, isn't she, Dave? Better than I did before, because this is where my friends really do come into play now on the app, as in help me as a creator, because I don't on the app, I don't off the app. Like, I used to go mad on the app, right? So I used to cry ages, I'd be getting really upset, I'd be getting banged because I'm going mad, and then my friends like Dame, Alicia, people that have been on here as well themselves have taught me, come and speak to us, because you crying is giving them exactly what they want. You're being vulnerable to people that are trying to take you down. Ring us. And I do. I bet they wish you never said it now, don't you, Dame, darling? Because I'll be ringing every other day being like, this person said this in the comments. Oh, my teeth really that ugly. And I won't care about it 10 minutes later, but that's like part and part of being on the spectrum, having ADHD and having imbalanced in feelings and emotions. One time it feels so overwhelming, I don't know how to handle it, and then I'll forget about it 15 minutes later potentially, and then I'll randomly think about it again for 2 days. So like, I do go at comments even still now. Had time, got in trouble in bloody Chippies live and that, for God's sake, but I don't let it affect me on the app. I don't let them affect me as much. I will ring you now after this live just on purpose, Alicia. A good support network on this app is so important, because you can log off, but at the same time, devil's advocate, why should you have to log off?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, why shouldn't anyone be able to come on here and monetize or have fun or have a safe space or put their content out there, have something to do when they feel like they've got nothing left?
Yeah.
I think I have Alicia's Martha. So at the same time, why should you have to come off? I get that side of it as well. So I'm just very lucky that I somehow landed such a good support network, because we all just found each other. No one was just jumping in, trying to get clout everywhere and just, do you know what I mean, forcing ourselves upon each other. It just weirdly, naturally happened. And I just got really luckily blessed with people that care about their human life feelings more than the actual app, but also won't get pushed off that app.
Yeah. So if money, time and fear didn't matter, what would you be doing right now?
If money,
time and fear.
Oh, if money, time and fear didn't exist?
If it didn't matter.
Or if it didn't matter?
Yeah.
What, on the app or in real life?
And either.
Oh, let me try and dissect this question. I don't really think time exists for me anyway. Everyone knows that I'm always late. Money, I wish it didn't sometimes, because I think like that motivates and drives people to do different things. But I just think I'd still be me trying to help people on the outside. Yara, it's funny you said that, because I was just about to say I would love to be a politician, but I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not for the government. But if all those things didn't matter, I feel like I would be a bit more free to do exactly what I want to do. And I probably would have more, if money and stuff like that didn't matter, I would have more reach to do the programs I want to do and help like the youths of society and just get outside more, because I wouldn't have to like, be watching time, or I wouldn't have to get money, do you know what I mean, and stuff like this to make it happen. I could just kind of free willingly just be a hippie and just stroll around the earth doing what I want to do and helping who I want to help. Like, I'll be honest. And then just taking my kids with me.
Yeah. So when the cameras are off, who are you?
I'm a girl who's learning. Just a girl. I'm just someone who, I'd say, I've not figured it out, but I openly, happily be vulnerable on this app and be honest. Yeah. So people can also understand that as well and know that it's okay. It's okay to still be figuring it out. I'm nearly 33 and I'm still figuring it out, and that's okay because I'm honest about it. Yeah. I don't pretend like I've got my shit together, ever. I don't pretend there's days that I don't cry. Like, I text my group chat with my friends the other day and I was like, oh, I don't feel like I want it on a live today. Quite a good day, not used to this. Like, that's my humour as a joke, but that's genuinely how I live. I try and make it, oh, Dame, I love you. I just try and make it through day by day. Try and be a good mum. Try and be a good human. I just want my kids to just be full of love. That's the main thing for me. Money's important 100%, but I would never be that mum that you're going to shame me for not working 6 days a week when I can't see my kids getting raised. Everyone has their own preference. But how I grew up, I want it to be different for my kids. And I just want them to be filled with so much love, and I want them to be kind, and I want them to be caring. And I spend a lot of my time just doing that, really. I'm literally just being a mum. Like, I never have breaks with my kids, really. My youngest son's dad's not involved, so he's with me every day. Like, today was the first time in months I've had a proper break from him. So off the app, I'm every day, like when I'm not on here, I really am just running around being a mum. That's why when you see me, even on the app, I have to stop for a second, or I'm running to do this, because it never stops. Yeah. And they're my main focus, really. So yeah. I love you.
What's one dream you've never said out loud before?
One dream I've never said out loud. I don't think I've said this out loud, but my dream for a long time, and it sounds really silly and pathetic, but I really wanted to be in history books. Like, that was like my aim of life. Like, if I've changed something a little bit enough to be a part of my kids or the next generation's history, that's always been my dream. I think that's what drew me to criminology in the first place. I want to not just stop bad people. I want to know why they do it, and I want to make a difference. I want to make a change. Like, I want to be remembered in such a positive way, like negative or positive, no matter how I got there. I just want to be remembered for making a change. Yeah. That's true, Courtney. Who knows, though? But that is, I don't think I've ever said that on here as well, specifically. I don't think I've ever, because it sounds quite, what's the word? Like, big-headed, doesn't it? Yeah. Like, when I say, like, I want to be, and then that's why I never say I don't mean it like that. Angela! That's not Angela. It better not be Angela, because I'll go mad. Yeah, I'd say that is probably my biggest dream, just to make a difference and be remembered for it, really.
Yeah. So the next section we're going to go on to is the on your night out and that man. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yeah, I put it out there, 100,000,000%.
Yeah. So can you take me back to that night and what was going through your mind when you realised what was happening?
Basically, I'll be honest, looking for escape routes. I was like, what do I need to do to be safe in this situation? I was too scared to run because I was very drunk, had big old heels on. Hi, Luce, my darling. I was thinking, if he chases me and it turns aggressive, I ain't in the mood to be tumbling right now. I'm not, do not block Angela. I'm not sober enough to be wrestling, do you know what I mean? And then I could hear other women and I was like, oh, if someone else comes, it could just be really worse or he could get aggressive and violent. And all I could think of was just catch him. Because normally I react, right, on emotions in the moment. But like I said, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be a new girl. So I just kind of thought, there's going to be something after this. So yeah, this is a horrible, distressing, scary situation, right? But am I going to sit there and potentially get myself more hurt or more in trouble? Or I could sit there thinking, if I get his face, if I ask him certain questions, if I try and bait him out, then when this horrible ordeal is finished, it has finished, which it will finish.
Yeah.
What's the next steps after that? He can't get away with it. If I just start screaming and chasing him, he's gone. Do you know what I mean? So in my head, I just kind of went into detective mode, like down to the point of like the police were like, "You're insanely like brave but smart." Like I went back outside with my friend Days and I scooped up the evidence, like put it in an ice bucket, everything. Like I went extreme CSI, guys. And I just thought, I'm scared now, but if I don't film him and I don't make sure he got caught, because I was so angry at the same time, then there's going to be loads of other women he's going to scare, or worse, rape. Yeah. Because he did not care. He had his whole thing out. He was pleasuring himself whilst talking about his own mum. You know? And I'm talking about daughters. He said he didn't have any, but obviously I found out that he did. And I just thought, if I don't do something, then someone else is going to get hurt. Another girl's going to be crying and screaming, and no one's going to be able to catch this man. Like, how many more women is he going to do this to? And I said, fucking no. Like, I just said, no, absolutely not. So I just whacked my phone out. I pretended it was dead, and I was typing on it. Yeah. And it did die eventually, so I only got so much of the clips for the whole, the whole time. It was like 15, 20 minutes, I think he was there in total. Because he just walked over at first, just blasely talking to me. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm smoking, clearly. I don't want her to stand right outside the hotel doors. And I just thought, still a bit odd. But then when he did that, I just thought, you're not getting away with this, mate. Like, in my whole soul said, you are not getting away with this. And obviously, thank God he didn't, because he ended up handing himself in.
Right. That's good, that.
I know. He got...
How did you protect yourself in a situation that could have gone real bad?
I think I just used it sounds really bad, and when the police said it to me, like, you did amazing, it's just a trauma response. Yeah. I've been in so many unsafe situations as a woman with men, and I've been hurt by men, do you know what I mean? And on top of that, I am a criminologist. Like, that stuff does come into play. Like, when you've gone through and you're studying some of the most dangerous men in the world, or when you're studying patterns of human behaviour in general, you kind of pick up cues. Yeah. And in that moment, I believed if I sat still and kind of pandered and acted silly and acted dumb, he was more interested in getting himself off than he was to have violently hurt me. And that's the cues I picked up. So I felt unsafe, but at the same time, I'm watching how it plays out. Right now, you're not lunging for me. You've still got your hand in your thing. So I'm going to play into that instead of changing the narrative where he feels defensive, or he feels like he's got to attack me, or putting the phone right in his face, being blatant. Being like, do you know what I mean? And then I could potentially get hurt. I just think social cues and human behaviour is really important. And I think if we studied each other a bit more and paid attention, then we can all help each other in these kind of situations. Because I wouldn't have reacted like that 10 years ago. I probably would have tried to kick him in it, and then he probably would have absolutely battered me or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have just gone off crazy, screaming, God knows. And then yet again, him running off. Because all of a sudden, there was like no CCTV. This is the craziest thing. There was so much cameras, and they were saying he'd obviously done this before. He's had previous as well, by the way. Yeah. So I was right to record him. But where he'd done it, it was like he put himself in a black spot, a blind spot, and all you could see was like a corner of the underpass, but it was just literally like a black shadow. Yeah. So he obviously knew where he was sitting. If I didn't record that, he wouldn't have been on the register now. He would have just been free.
Yeah.
And through me recording that, like, he lost his job, his work sacked him, his family, his baby mother left him, because he's got 2 daughters.
Right.
And he was with her for 10 years, like, disgusting behaviour. He was with his partner that night before he came to me and did that. He was with his partner. So he had a partner. You can't even just blame these lonely, hungry men anymore. Like, it's just pure predator behaviour. And now, he's on the register for 7 years. I think it should have been longer, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he's got to go for a rehabilitation order. He's got to do some form of like group. I don't know, like a therapy thing or something like that. I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah. So at least something I got like come out of it, basically.
So did that night change the way you looked at going out and being around strangers?
Yeah, 100%. Because weirdly enough, it's not the first time it happened to me, Carla. It literally happened to me like 8 months before.
Right.
I was out with Dame, Mr. Chocolate and all of them lot and Gov Chris. And a random man just walked into the toilet, just pleasured himself and towards all of us ladies. Crazy. That already put me on edge. But this, like, I didn't really want to go out. I've not been back to Milton Keynes since. I don't really want to, like, that was our place. So me, Dame, Alicia, and then Dave started coming and George and that will come. Like, that was our little place. We go to a specific place that we loved. And he was there that night. I didn't know that until afterwards when I spoke to his ex, but he was at the club and around the club we was in that night. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it made me not, I would just walk home normally at 5 in the morning. I don't care. Like, I'll just go about my business or I'd run around on my own. But now I'm a bit like, don't really want to go to certain places. Don't really want to be around certain men on my own. Probably won't go for a cigarette now ever again on my own. And I just like to do that. I don't want to force people to come with me, but now I feel like I've got to be really vigilant. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it made me not want to go back to certain places at all.
Yeah.
I believe.
So what would you say to other women who face situations like this?
I'd say, there's no wrong or right in how you respond and how you react. I'd say don't put pressure on yourself and just keep safe. If you can run and be safe, then you run. Don't feel like you need to sit there and record it or you need to, do you know what I mean, be a social justice warrior. If you can get away, get away. And if you can't, just try and be as safe as possible, but never be afraid to tell someone afterwards because you could be stopping someone really, really violent and dangerous. And I think you do get a sense of safety as well when they are caught. Yeah. Like, you don't even live near me, but just that sense of just a little bit of justice served, I think is really validating, especially for us women, what we go through and the small percentages of people that actually get convicted of these things. It is hard work. But whatever you want to do and however you want to react, that's entirely down to you. I don't think there's a right or wrong way, and I don't think no one should put pressure on themselves. So just try and be as safe as you can be.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so we're going to move back onto the app now. And this one, so some people noticed that you interact with Delusive Angie,
Angela, yes.
Yeah, even though she's been called out for racist behaviour. What made you decide to stay around her platform?
I kind of went back, to be honest, because I've been back and forth with Angela, but I find her funny sometimes. And I like talking to people. And I genuinely just find her funny. I like humans, yeah? So I study humans, and it's not just good ones, otherwise criminologists and police wouldn't have a job. So anyone if you've made a mistake, I like to see how people handle it. I like conversations. And with Angela, I genuinely think she's gotten better. That's just my opinion that I'm allowed to have. Yeah. I think she's gotten better in terms of she can still say certain things, but I don't get why she gets so much stick, or people will get stick for me sitting there, but then people will sit with Corey, people will sit with Pal, people will sit with EQ, and that's not me even putting them down as creators or who you want to follow. But you're not going to sit with people that consistently say the worst over and over and over again. And Angela said some things, but then you're calling her a pisshead.
Yeah.
Would you sit there and be offended or have a real conversation with a pisshead or be actually offended? Do you know what I mean? With Angela, I just see a woman, who struggles with... Oh, I do need to charge my phone. Thanks, Alicia. She's watching me on Life 360. Stalker! I see someone who uses alcohol as a mask. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I feel like she does get a lot of stick. A lot of the creators do, but I just don't get why when she'll happily explain herself. She won't overbrush it. Whether you like it or not, she'll just, do you know what I mean? She'll say it how it is for her.
Yeah.
But if I'm choosing to sit with her and I find her interesting, that doesn't take away my blackness. It doesn't take away the racism I've experienced. It doesn't take away my voice.
Yeah.
Like, that's like me saying I'll never go to work, then I'll never go outside. Like, do you know how many people that you work with that will be racist? Like, you get onto a bus, you don't know who's racist on that bus. You go and get a Subway or something from Greg's, you have no idea if you're going to walk into something and someone has these opinions of you. I debate, in general.
Yeah.
And I've been in places like Cambridge University, like having big open debates with real scholars. And I've had debates in open prisons with like murderers.
Yeah.
People that have done things to children and stuff like that. And that's my decision as someone that wants to understand, to stop these kind of things, to talk to these kind of people. I'm not comparing Angela, by the way, guys, to a murderer. I'm just saying I talk to everybody and I can find a conversation with everyone in general. But with her, I just think, I don't know, if she goes mad and turns on me, that's only like, I'm not going to cry about it in terms of that's what you should expect then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think, sorry, go on.
It's all right. What was you...
I was just going to say the whole clout thing's ridiculous. I have enough clout on my own, clearly. The fact that so many people come for me, that's not fake clout. Bad press or good press is still press, right? People know who I am. I don't really need the clout for Angela. It does the opposite of clout, if anything, because I'm getting called out 24/7 and everything I'm trying to stand on. People are like, no, you can't stand on that. But I'm here to say, yes, I can. Because half of the people that are saying that I can't stand on business, number one, are not even part of the demographic. And number two, the ones in the comments, like, you're not actually doing anything productive in general, on the app or in life. So until you start making movements for yourselves, I think it's very crazy to be putting pressure or expectancy on another person. That's nuts to me.
Yeah. So these ones are just like quick fire questions now. So what do you prefer, a night in or a night out?
Night out, because I'm a single mother.
Dream holiday destination?
I always want to go to St. Lucia. It's one place I really want to go.
Biggest ick in someone?
When they have zero accountability and just cry, victim all the time when they're doing crazy things. Makes you sick.
What do you think your toxic trait is?
That I'm toxic and I like it sometimes. I really enjoy toxic. Like, I enjoy it sometimes. I'm the kind of girl that will like want to be calm and chill, but then I'll heavily like things like Jeremy Kyle and I'll be like, go get him. So.
Most embarrassing moment on a live?
On a live, ooh. Oh, most embarrassing moments. Hard, because I really don't hold embarrassment. I've done crazy things. Let me think. Chat, have you got any? What's the embarrassing things that I've done, guys? I'm trying to think if I've fallen or anything on live before. I don't think I have. Probably, actually, Dame's box battles. I used to do a lot of dares in there. And someone was being very toxic gifter and gifted me enough that I had to pour beans over my good clean head on outside B&M on a busy Saturday.
Oh no.
The wrong train was Furious Round, but it wasn't embarrassing. It was definitely the beans in Dane's box, but 100%. It was all for a good cause, it was funny, but I put beans with a plastic bag over my head and I poured beans from B&M outside, like directly outside the door on my knees. Not my finest moment, not. The looks I got was shameful.
Yeah. Wow. So, red flags or green flags, which do you notice first?
Red, and then I ignore them and turn them amber.
Yeah.
That's a big issue of mine.
I think we all do that.
I'm like, red, me, it looks a bit orangey to me. It's fine. It can stay. That is literally it.
So the next one now is thoughts on other creators.
Yeah.
Okay, so first one, Miss Red.
I like Miss Red. I feel like I gave her a hard time.
Yeah.
The things that she was around, but I've learned now you can't. It's not dependent on who you sit around. And I like her hair a lot.
Yeah.
It's very soft looking. That sounded really creepy. Sorry, Red.
Alex Brigham.
I think he's an absolute knob. I think he's good at what he does with his rage bait.
Yeah.
But I think mine and his conversation last night, like early hours in the morning, and Mim's live showed it all. when you want to have an actual conversation or a bit of intellect, he just gets fucking stuck, and he tries to put things onto people that he's done himself, or even the whole Angela thing. Half the people that are sitting there moaning that I'll be sitting with Angela have fucking come from our platform. Used to be our mods. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is for me. Like, don't be a hypocrite. So I think he's a massive knob, and he's someone that I would never directly get along with in real life because I couldn't cope at all.
Yeah. What about Corey?
Corey, same. I think he's a bigger knob. I think Corey can be a decent person to have a conversation with, but he cares about clout too much. He cares about the views and the drama, and that can take away who he actually is, I think, on this app. From what I've seen of him, obviously I don't know him, but what I've seen of him, I think he's an intelligent man. Yeah. And I think he could be a decent-ish person, but he cares far too much for the clout and everything else that he would just say the controversial stuff and run around doing all this and that, and make himself look like a top because it gets the views, it gets him the gifts. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that's generally who he is. I don't believe so anyway.
Fact freak.
Absolutely adore that man. Met him in real life. We went out clubbing together. He stands on business, on app and off app. I love how responsible he is when he does his exposures, because I wouldn't even call them exposures, I call them awarenesses. Like, he's probably one of the only people on this app that actually does awarenesses and not clout exposures. He will do an awareness whether he's got 10 people or 1,000 people in his life. Yeah. You know? And I think he genuinely cares about what he's talking about.
Yeah, definitely. The next one is Alicia.
She's just my angel girl of life. Yeah. I just adore her so much. Like, no one could ever break me and that girl up. Like, no one understands. Like, I just adore her. Like, we have the most fun on app and off app. Like, I love it when we just run around the app trolling together. It warms my heart, makes me laugh a lot, and it's quite entertaining. And then I just love when we go out, we can just be us. We don't go live. I don't know if you've noticed that when me and Lisa and Damon that go out, we go live getting ready. But when we're actually out, cut off because we're actually just having fun. I think what she's gone through is something that I probably wouldn't even want to be here for or wouldn't be here for anymore. And I think the things she faces on this app and in real life, I just don't get how she's so sweet and such a kind person still, because I would be a bit of a nasty bitch. So I love her with my soul.
Yeah. Okay. Zach.
The brat?
Yeah.
I think, do you know what, with him, I've been watching a bit lately as well, you know, and I think he's troubled as well. I can see a lot of trouble in him. Like, I can actually really see it. Like, broken people know broken people, yeah? However, I think he's someone, like the opposite of Alicia, who will never make it her character or blame it for her, for that. I think the reason probably people have a bit less sympathy for him is because he does use his mental health a lot in a manipulative way to kind of get out of things. Like, it could be a reason, but it shouldn't be an excuse, you know? Yeah. And I think he will sit in that excuse and wouldn't accept help even if it was given to him because of his stubbornness, and he's not clearly in his healing journey and maybe enough to realise how much help he actually needs. But he doesn't help himself at all. No. So it gets to a point where, he needs help, but he's also a grown-ass man. Okay, I love you so much, Dame. He's a grown-ass man that has his own accountability as well. We're all going through stuff. We're all struggling. At some point, you've got to stop feeling sorry for yourself to help yourself. If you don't it's like when you're depressed, people think you want to be depressed, right? But it's so hard to get out of that fog, so it's 100%. But when it's something that you can physically see, like, I don't know, drinking or the app or something that you can physically take away, you know it's going to make yourself better. At what point is your accountability on you where you're like, I'm not helping myself, so why the fuck should anyone else help me? Yeah. You know?
So the next bit is, what's your thoughts on Courtney at the moment being, well, it's like bullied, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think big bullies. I was in a box last night, not one single one of them had nothing to say. I questioned them about Devon, about Courtney, about things that were said. This whole even Paige is trying to bait out Powell picture, nothing got said when I was in the box. Yeah. You don't want to say nothing. Whether it's me cussing or me having an intelligent conversation, you don't want to say nothing. But you know that Courtney's going to get all upset or triggered or offended. She's going to run live. She's going to get emotional. Like, you're trying to draw that out of people, and I think it's fucking weird. And it's bully behaviour. And then the same people sit there and cry that some random boys put their picture up, or Angela said this about them. So fucking what? Look what you're doing. You're running around causing pure chaos and havoc, and you're bullying someone who everyone's like, Courtney speaks a lot. She's just got a fucking opinion. So what you're now telling me is that because she's staying out of being messy, like toxic Dan was like, oh, and Courtney left the box and I come in. That's called being a fucking adult. So if she doesn't want to be around you, she's going to leave the box. She's going to tell people why, but she's going to leave the box. She's not going to stay and argue with you. But then you're saying she's always got like an opinion. So you're basically saying you're bullying the girl for having an opinion.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're initially saying then, because that's all that kept coming out of their mouth. She's got such a big opinion, she can give it. She's not giving it. She's having an opinion on shit that you're all putting out on the World Wide Web, darling. You're all putting out on the internet. So in essence, you're saying you're bullying her for having an opinion, because I had a lot of strong opinions last night and not one person said shit to me.
Yeah.
They just want to run up lives, get the views, and try and wind up everyone else around. And it's like, you know that Courtney's going to get upset. For me, if someone is not on it, verbally, physically, anything, I can't really argue like that with them, because I feel like I'm bullying you. You're just not on it. You're not about it. Your heart's not set like that. You don't want to argue. I feel like it doesn't feel fun then. You know, when you want to get someone, you want to argue with someone, it's not progressive, or it's not, you know, that bit of justice has been served when they're scared, or they're crying, or they're upset, or they genuinely don't want to be involved. But when you're chasing it, then you're a bully. You wouldn't go and smack someone in a corner who sat down, even if they said a couple of words, like you wouldn't, and they sat down in the corner like on their hands, being like, I just don't want to be involved. You wouldn't start like kicking them. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't start smacking them. So I just don't get why people on this app think you can bully Courtney for having an opinion. And she's not even got a bad opinion. She's not even being fucking horrible, really. I'm there calling people big belly, this and that. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing it the most, but you won't have certain chat for me because you fucking can't. And you know that you can get to Courtney. You know you can't draw me out. I was like pissed out my head last night in Mims's box, and people were trying to be shady. Some of the comments were trying to be shady. Some of the people in the box were trying to be shady. And yeah, I was drunk, but you still couldn't draw me out. Do you know?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that reaction from me, sweetheart. I'm going to stay calm, cute, and pretty still. And I'm still going to tell you about yourself and tell you why you can't tell me shit. They know Courtney cares what people think. They know that.
Yeah.
So all they are doing is trying to basically make someone cry. And I think that's fucking weird. I think it's so odd as grown adults to do.
Yeah. So the last question, if you had a message for all your supporters, what would it be?
I would say my message, that I'm more appreciative than they could ever know. Because when I've had nothing in real life and I felt down, like my supporters have kept me fully going, and they've kept me sane. And I would say my message to them is that I love you and thank you for not blindly following me. Like, I have a community around me of people that they don't just blindly follow me. They'll tell me when I'm fucked up. They'll tell me when I'm wrong. They'll tell me when I'm right. They won't sit. If I'm matching someone or battling someone that they don't like, they're not sheep. They won't sit there and stay because they idolise me like that. They're just normal humans, and they're respectful of me, of each other, and they're just real life people. So my message is that I love you all. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. And I just can't wait for us all to grow and get bigger.
Oh. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was really fun. That was emotional. I really liked that.
Oh, and thank you, for your time, and thanks for the gifts and things like that.
Thank you. Honestly, that was really good. Alicia, leave my mother out of this.